Nation, welcome everybody to another day of University of Hartford Overwatch. Today we are going to be playing George Washington University's, I have affectionately called George Washington Gamers, just because I like alliteration. But it's going to be an incredibly good match. University of Hartford is coming in with a 4-1 record, hoping to extend that a little bit. It is a Swiss-style pool play, I'm assuming, so they are going to continue to play more difficult and more difficult champions. But once again, um, I am probably Peter. I'm also joined by Shoddy, Kayla. Um,
Howdy.
and yeah, this should be an incredibly good game. Looks like we're going to be starting off on Ilios, so already have a little change right off the bat. Should be very exciting considering we don't very often see anything but Li Jiang. Um,
Man, do I love Greece.
I love Greece too. I think this is one of the prettiest maps they've made. I'm very
Uh,
particular to this one as well as Rialto. What's your
yeah.
favorite map looks wise?
My favorite map looks wise is probably all of the Greek ones. And then also I want to say the ones in France, if they do have those. I don't play that often. But also Junkertown. The Junkertown ones are amazing for me.
I love a
They're
good
very
Australian
chaotic.
outback.
Also, to quickly comment on the Swiss matchmaking, we've definitely seen University of Hartford take not only not only taking one devastating loss, um, but however their last match was very difficult. It was very they had to put a lot of fight, and hopefully we'll see if this team is going to be the same as last time.
Absolutely. Oh, that's so bad.
Oh,
I don't know how to turn this off. Okay, I have to figure out something real quick. I am so sorry for all of this. Interface, or is it
technical difficulties,
spectate?
guys.
Yeah. It should be Alt Z. Wait. Oh no.
Chat, what's your favorite food? Just keep him distracted.
Yeah. There we go. All right. There we go. Sorry, it is back. University of Hartford on the right in red. Playing a dive comp on this first well map looks like a very good option for them. They also have the Ashe, though, as well as the Brig Anna is a very classic. Got all the normal contending University of Hartford members back with us. We have Triple 16 on the Winston here. I can actually get over to him. Incredibly low HP right now. Needs to be healed up before he can do anything. He's trying to link up with Orimuro so they can get a good dive going, but so far just taking quite a lot of damage. Not a lot of support, as his support was dealing with a Orisa that whole time. However, Blackout able to find their tank. That could be really good. That's a solid trade. Orimuro able to finish off with a good fire from Cranky. Very solid. They have a very low Juno on the side of George Washington Gaming, but they're not able to convert it just yet. Nobody has point unlocked just yet, though. Revan in this backline on the side of University of Hartford are going to try and hold it down as best as they possibly can. Throwing an Anti into cage. They do find one with that Anti. That could be large. And Triple 16 is going to push them all the way back. And that's going to be a solid point cap for the University of Hartford as they decide to pack up and just bide their time a little bit more. So they have cooldowns back, but a good first cap for University of Hartford.
Very good. I'm very surprised. I mean, I do like the way that this team comp is working. I'm very surprised that they're not using Roadhog for this map. He's usually worked very well, especially with that big hole right in the middle of the map. Just using anyone that grapples, or even Lucio, who has that boot feature. I hope they definitely bring that out in the future when it comes to Ilios.
Yeah, absolutely. I think that the University of Hartford here is just expecting the dive a little bit more than anything, and they're doing it incredibly well. I think against this Orisa, you could have some trouble. They have Spinny Spear, they have Javelin, both of which could be very dangerous into a Roadhog, as well as the fact that if you ever have an Anna. But I mean, look at the Anna nades from side of University of Hartford. That was a great clear from them. University of Hartford's Triple 16 able to get into the backline, doing a crazy amount of damage. But Bruno, or the Orisa on the side of George Washington Gaming, kind of doing work themselves. Not necessarily needing to dive, but getting quite a lot of damage in and able to flip the point there. University of Hartford not able to play fast enough to deal with that. And Triple 16 definitely going to go down here as the point does flip over a lot earlier to George Washington's side. So University of Hartford's going to have to group back up. But the dive here, I do think is a good idea, especially after when we see this entire backline. The Juno isn't able to peel as well in the coordination between the Brig and the Juno compared to a Brig and an Anna. Ooh, a pulse attempt goes wrong as Orimuru does go down for that one. So Triple 16 and the rest of the University of Hartford's team here are just going to have to continue to wait a little bit. Not able to do very much as they just have to bide their time. And percentage advantage has switched over to the side of George Washington. Triple 16 on something right now, but not able to find the final kill there. Gonna need to get healed up, and a pack is as good as anything right now.
All right.
Oh, Nano on the side of Juno 16 goes in against the Juno ult. It's not going to do a lot of damage. It's going to be a lot of aggressive tickling. Flamio able to find one though and find another as well. 3 ults used on the side of George Washington, but both support ults used on the side of University of Hartford. They're not really going to be able to convert much here. They keep on going in. University of Hartford needs to die quickly or get out. Triple 16 at very low HP is going to stagger this death. Potentially, instead, a great find from Revan as he's able to heal him up. Triple 16 going back to spawn and swapping here. As we're going to hop onto Blackout's POV. The lone Brig trying to protect everybody in the backline. Let's see how it's been going against the Sarissa.
Sorry, got a little bit of a headache, chat. It definitely looks interesting for the team. Both of them are playing Orisa now, which is going to be very, because Orisa does definitely work for this map. I've seen her a lot in the past. Also to comment on the recent Juno nerf. It seems like it's going to be very difficult to play in the future, and it looks like we're going into overtime already. And
yeah, overtime.
University of Hartford's going to contest.
And they aren't able to, as Trueblade 16 not able to touch there, getting 40% off that first fight, but not able to do very much more after that. University of Hartford kind of dealing, like, not dealing with the Orisa the best. I think when we were looking at the Brig POV, the Brigida isn't able to push away this Orisa, isn't able to deal with them as well as, other tanks. I think Brig is really good against most dive tanks, but when it comes to dealing against something like that, it's just a large horse moving right at your face. You're not going to be able to get very much done. A very solid effort from George Washington Gaming as they get all the way to 100% without, honestly, a lot of pushback from the University of Hartford side. But this time, we will be starting off on the Orisa. Let's see how that changes things up for University of Hartford side.
And we do have 2 more potentially good points. Just to note, I've also seen Junkrat work very well on this map. Especially with his ult, it can get to, or because it's just a one, or for this map, it's just all one straight line. So a lot of characters can definitely work in this map.
Yeah, the lanes on this map are not very pronounced, so it is easier to get a lot of value out of like close range characters, kind of like Junkrat, even Pharah to an extent. But Widow is very well known for this map. Triple 16 not really dealing with his Orisa push in the backline. The backline is kind of getting rolled on right now. I have to switch over to their POV and see. They just backed up a solid effort from the University of Hartford's backline. Ori Murrow able to find one in that rotation on the side of George Washington. Flamio on the May able to find another, but a crazy javelin leads to the death of Flamio. Not technically given the kill credit, but I'm going to still give it to Triple 16 there, who is sitting on point and manages to force the cap there. As we have a Brig just kind of sitting on low ground. Team is turning for it. Blackout trying to do something if possible, but gets booped up instead. Quite a collection of oddities here as University of Hartford is just going to have to back out tankless right now. They aren't going to be able to find very much. Blackout living with 1 HP as well. University of Hartford's team having to regroup in Parthenon and just back away from this fight. Something you mentioned earlier was this Juno nerf. I do think that it's pretty big, but it's going to just force the Juno to play a little bit closer, which I don't think is too problematic. They're a pretty fast character. They have pretty good usage in Brawl. So the University of Hartford sticking with the Juno. We're going to see both teams actually just completely sticking with this Juno, regardless of the nerfs about it. Oh, and Triple 16 getting speared off the map. And what comes around, I guess, as quite a lot of boops are happening. Let's see if either team decides to stop going towards the coast just a little bit more.
If we just, I mean, you live with the coach, and we will hear from him. We will, oh my goodness, speech. We will hear from him later. It's just very interesting to see that we're seeing a lot of duplicates here when it comes to the entire meta, and University of Hartford just doesn't seem to be applying the meta as much as George Washington Gaming is.
Yeah, no, I think that we are in a little bit, so this is something that I hear from our roommate quite a lot, which is that it's a little bit of a meta-less time. And I think that's why we're seeing so much value out of Flamio on the May. And we're going to see a crazy May ult as well, provide a lot of assistance in this very, very chaotic fight. Oliver Kiss going down, however, Kiwi finding Cranky, Triple 16 going a little bonkers right now, getting 2 kills. Let's see if they're able to convert that into actual point presence, because if they're at 80% one-fight territory on the side of George Washington Gaming, Orisa gets pushed off. University of Hartford's going to need to cap or get more kills here if they're going to want to do anything. Triple 16's looking around for an opportunity as best they can. Not finding much. They're going to need to get picked up on this point as much as possible. Oh, Oliver hitting the ult. Another one on the side of Cranky. As Cranky's able to find the first kill here as Drew goes down on the side of George Washington Gaming. Still a full rail shot left. Triple 16 still alive, able to pull that point presence, and they're going to be able to cap. But at 99%, it is one fight, if not half a fight away from University of Hartford losing this whole thing. They're going to have to defend incredibly well if they want to hold this and have another opportunity to win this first match.
They're moving up too fast.
Yeah, I think they're moving up really fast. As Oliver Chris able to find a great off angle onto Cranky, who was slightly mispositioned there. Every pack has already been spent on the side of Blackout. A lot of cooldowns are wasted on the side of University of Hartford, as they are not able to do much. But Orimuru converting a kill on the backline could be very large. This Juno is just still living, falls into the clutches of Orimuru. Let's see if we're able to convert that. Not much right now, as Triple 16 also going down with no backline to actually help him right now. And there's the flip. University of Hartford needs to try and touch. They're going straight into a max charge Orisa ult as Cranky goes down. And University of Hartford's chances dwindling away as Orimuru goes for another front touch. Just trying their best, but gets shot before they're even able to get on point. Blackout also falling as the University of Hartford goes down 2-0 against George Washington Gaming on this first map, Ilios. University of Hartford down 1.
Not George Washington, man. It was definitely interesting to see them play. Or let's see who play the game is before I say anything.
Yeah, play of the game going to the Orisa, who did a fantastic job not only controlling space, but a very large ultimate after large ultimate. Through the last couple seconds of this round playing out. As, ooh, a great javelin as well at the same time. Maybe just some spray onto the Tracer. Yeah, finishes them off. A great effort from George Washington Gaming from top down. It was very, very solid. As the University of Hartford not able to pick up that first map.
Yeah, it was. Well, we do thankfully oh my God, speech. Thankfully, we do have 2 more chances, or in a sense, since they did lose this round, there is a chance for them to tie later. So there's that. Hopefully they're reconvening and getting an assessment, or not assessment. Oh my goodness, or assessing the situation. And yeah, I really hope to see what they're able to pull through with. I really hope. Oh, here we go again.
Here we go again. Yeah, it's gonna happen a lot. Kingshro is it's kind of a must pick, I guess, at this point.
I didn't realize how often is this like something that happens like in the league in general, or is this just?
I think that in the highest level of Overwatch play, I think right now we see quite a lot of counterpicking when it comes to maps, because most teams have a heavy identity. I think at this somewhat lower elo than, you know, professional play, which is not anything too critical or controversial to say, the this level of play doesn't see a lot of that counterpicking, because it's hard to really scout another team and know exactly what they're great at. And at this lower level, the meta isn't as defined. So you can really throw in kind of anything and just learn how to play individual maps. So people find maps that they enjoy a lot more than they want to necessarily enjoy every map and then counterpick maps based off of their identity. So we're going to be going towards Kings Row. It seems like University of Hartford really likes this one, as they're going to hop in and as best they can try and bring this back. We are being joined over right now. Go ahead. Sorry,
just taking a quick moment to look at the chat. Unorthodox Kane has got a bowl of chicken wings. And then Scribbly Stream says, when the Overwatch I don't know, I've never played Overwatch. And you know what? I'll take it.
It was pretty good. I liked it. Yeah, I wish I had some chicken wings right now.
Bro, they had chicken tenders at Commons. It's not the, oh, there we go.
Yeah, absolutely love to see it.
Looks like we're still playing the same meta.
Yeah, pretty similar here, but I see a couple of differences. One that I wish the University of Hartford might hop onto. Well, Kiwi is swapping between a lot of things here, but Kiwi, when they were on the Baptiste, looks like a great option. I think Baptiste is incredibly strong right now with their primary fire, as well as the fact that they're able to, in Brawl, both do a crazy amount of heals and a crazy amount of damage all at the same time. But it looks like University of Hartford is going to be sticking with their tried and true. The only mix-up from last match is they're going to be swapping out Orimuru onto the Mei, most likely, even though they're on Widow right now. I'm assuming just a 1 or 2 shot. But I'm going to throw it over to our coach here, who's actually in the casting room now. What do you think about this Widow? Do you think immediate swap or no?
Immediate swap.
Okay, yeah.
Let's see if I can get in the...
But for now, University of Hartford, just to catch you back up, is down 1.
Tragic
0
0
loss.
loss. Thank you.
Lovely.
Lovely. Wait. Yeah.
How do you say
Mute
it?
yourself.
Yeah, you have to. What were you saying to switch for?
I was just catching Adam back up and saying that, yeah, we are down 0-1 right now. University of Hartford playing against George Washington Gaming. They're doing a pretty solid job on both sides. And University of Hartford is not able to find much in mid 16, kind of killing his own team there as he very well timed deflect from Wooly grants him 1 out of the 3K that he just got. University of Hartford having to be pushed all the way back again, and they will be attacking here. I don't think I said that just yet.
What were you guys referring to with immediate swap? I'm sorry, I missed it.
Oh, the immediate swap from Widow. So Orimaru goes Widow on attack, just to get a clean headshot if possible. Starts them off in a pretty good position, and there's not a lot of risk in it because you're far away. And you just swap right back to a character. The University of Hartford here going for a rotation. Really
Love the Maywall.
a great Maywall, but not a lot of follow-up as Drew finds Revan again, and that's a lot of healing down inside of University of Hartford. Cranky falling next, and it looks like only headshots for George Washington. They call him the sharpshooter. As Wooly also finding one, and that's going to be another fast team wipe on the side of University of Hartford.
I'm not sure how, but it doesn't seem like Hartford's found a single elimination in either of these first 2 plays. Am I wrong about that?
I don't think they have.
Man,
Killed anyone? They haven't.
this George Washington team is, they're looking pretty powerful.
Looking incredibly powerful. We
I mean-
also saw a play of the game on the side of their Orisa. Got fast reaction time.
I mean, looking at the Swiss matchmaking, this definitely is a pretty powerful team, just to the fact that they had to have won 4 games and only lost 1.
Yeah, it's going to make the competition rather as here we see the huge ult on the side of George Washington.
Let's go. Oh wait, no, no, no. I thought that was us.
Cranky does convert though.
Oh, and
And
Orimaru
Orimaru going
finds
crazy
two as
too.
well. That Blizzard by Orimaru must have found a lot of value. Comboed with the Terror Surge, in addition to the Juno ult coming up by Revan. Lots of big time value. Lots of successful playmaking. But the nanoed Orisa coming out and just trying to force their way onto this objective. A great Maywall isolates Diana after they take out the nanoed Orisa. And Hartford does end up claiming this first objective and trying to snowball a little bit here to claim a further lead on this second point.
Yeah, the University of Hartford's definitely going to need it. We still have good time though. 3 minutes into the second point isn't bad. University of Hartford's still going to have to try and run through as fast as they can. The more time on their hands, the better. So they're going to try and hold a little far forward here, just preventing them from just taking unnecessary space on the side of George Washington. So University of Hartford's just going to try and hold it on bar here, try and push them back. But that is a dastardly angle for a Genji to be on. It could be problematic if not cleared at some point. But then the overclock from height as well, also popping off. The University of Hartford managed to clear it pretty well, but they still took quite a lot of damage. And here comes the Blade as well. Blade finding 2 of those targets that got very low after that incredible overclock on the side of George Washington's Oliver Chris, who also did a lot of work that first map.
Now, could you tell me what were the compositions that teams were playing on the first map, and what was first map?
Ilios.
Ilios.
Well, and then Ruins, Orisa on the side of George Washington Gaming, and then University of Hartford ran Winston. And then swapped to Orisa last second, and then Orisa mirror match second one. Renee on the side of George Washington Gaming. Gaming also.
There was a Juno.
There was a Juno.
I forget which one. I think it was on both sides. They mirrored a lot in the first match.
Yeah, heavy mirror. It's taking quite a lot of damage, but not really caring for those hands up. You know what I'm saying?
Orisa versus Orisa is some,
It's I'm having fun.
it's so sad to watch. People shooting each other.
Yeah, man, I like getting D.Va versus D.Va. When I used to play D.Va. D.Va versus D.Va is very fun.
Yeah, just shoot, eat, shoot,
Shoot.
shoot, eat, shoot. It takes you back to the old, double tank, double shield.
I miss double tank, man.
I learned
Yeah, that's Oh. Sorry, there's a match going on. I did. And it looks like there's no one on point. George Washington is pushing back the objective. This is not looking good for University of Hartford. They only have 1 minute to push just about a third of point, or a third until point.
Yeah, that's only a minute. That's going to take almost all the way to overtime, even if they just win this fight outright right now. But I love the University of Hartford trying to switch things up and just go something random. I like this quite a bit as University of Hartford. Orimaru on the fair, providing quite a lot of damage, forcing people back. There's not technically a hit scan, and Diva's going crazy. Already picked up 2 kills real quick, still at a whole lot of health. This is what I think University of Hartford needs to kind of tech into this a little bit more often, is just heck it, let's go something a little experimental. Let's not try and mirror match, especially when you know that the other team is just going to beat us in that mirror match. University of Hartford swapping over to something a little creative, a little zesty. I like it.
That's exactly something I was thinking. I was exactly thinking, man, Hartford is not finding a lot of success in the mirror. Changes, and that's what they do, and I mean, instantly win.
Hey, I mean, that's just, you know, it's what my mom always said, Adam, how do you break a mirror? You look at it. She didn't
Oh
really
God! Your mom sounds like a lovely woman.
University of Hartford pushing in here. We do have Diva Bomb online in a little bit, but look at this space control from the University of Hartford. They're able to, wow, a great combo ult there as Wooly and Drew Reno is able to find a great combo ult. University of Hartford doesn't use anything besides a Brig Rally. Honestly, kind of valuable as they go 1 for 2. Not valuable getting staggered that late, but the positioning from University of Hartford was really good there. I liked how they were taking space above them. They were just kind of moving around, staying away from them, especially in the tank's case, was really solid on the side of Triple 16. But only 45 seconds left on the clock here. So University of Hartford's going to have to put the pedal to the metal as fast as they can.
Now, a big ultimate advantage is there in the hands of the University of Hartford. Orimaru trying to make something happen, but just couldn't close the distance the way he was hoping to get that rocket draw. Is very quickly taken out. Now, still a few ults online, but the economy has balanced out a little bit more to give George Washington University a little bit better of a fighting chance. Both having the Juno and now Overclock coming out from Crank, shot after shot, doesn't find much as the enemy Juno is there to mitigate so much damage. And now Isfara not going to be able to find much of their own, and that's going to be Hartford getting stalled out on the 3rd checkpoint.
I'm gonna say it, I did not really like Cranky's positioning there. I think he kind of just jumped into 5, and I think especially as Sojourn on that last point, I think that you could take high ground pretty easily. Just a jump slide. If you jump before you slide, you go a little bit higher, which is the only way that you can actually make it up to top right without there being cart. So University of Hartford not executing the best here, I think. I think they really got to fall back on some solid strategies. And I think one of the most solid strategies ever is just switch the script. So I think them continuing to play something goofy like that little fair comp, I liked it. It was cool. It was, dare I even say, demure.
I don't know, but yeah. I want to see Lucio. I want to see Junkrat. I want to see more close range characters for King's Row. Because we gotta see it every week. Every week it's King's Row. Can't escape it. King's Row. Not really complaining too much, but it's King's Row.
It's King's Row. I go to bed, it's King's Row. I wake up in the morning, it's King's Row.
King's Row.
I ask my mom, what's for dinner? She says, King's Row. I was like, yeah, I love it. It's great. It's cool with me.
I want to see something. I just want to see some more goofy stuff. I like the Diva. Diva's a great pick for me personally, honestly, especially with her ult on this situation.
I'm just surprised we didn't see Beijing Tower map 1.
Yeah, that's kind of the biggest surprise, and it's why I'm liking George Washington Gaming so much. Even though, gotta admit, I'm sponsored by Big Hartford. But even so, George Washington Gaming bringing the zest to this match that just isn't very present, and the University of Hartford not doing it themselves. A great kill, but still on normal characters. So I'm going to continue to sit here.
Redmond gets taken out by the enemy Sojourn, and that's a heartbreaking pick. Is now we do still see Blackout playing the Ana for this defense. Curious to see the value that they find. Of course, Blackout, known for his Lucio, known for his Brig, occasionally flexing over to the Zenyatta. We don't get to see the Ana nearly as much, so interesting to know how well it works.
That sleep was the first shot that they missed. So, all right, there's a second.
I got a text, by the way. I didn't say if it should be, but y'all are a little quiet, and the game is a little more loud.
Oh, options? I think I turned it up to 100.
Oops. Options?
Sound? It's at 100. Go back to 40.
40?
Yeah. I'm so sorry, guys.
Yeah, hey, it wasn't loud to me, because these headphones don't produce audio.
They do not produce audio even a little bit.
But the mic is for the stream?
The mic is for Kayla.
This is
Yeah.
purely Discord.
This is purely stream. This mic. Yeah, you
That-
said
that's-
mic, and I thought you meant microphone.
No, I meant like, yeah.
Headset. Yeah,
So-
headsets are stream.
This is purely for stream.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
So you could like blow into it really hard and make them all have a fun time. You should not do that. Don't do that. Don't
Why
do
would
that.
you say that, Peter?
I'm so sorry. I shouldn't have said that. But the University of Hartford did lose a fight while we were doing all that tomfoolery. But they have 5 ults, so
They
like,
do, and now perhaps a Nano Barrage. Hopefully Orimaru doesn't instantly die. Hopefully Cranky doesn't either. And now Terrasich does come out. Dribble
Woo!
16 matching his own, just channeling it up the entire way. Does still take out a Brigitte. Lovely to see. And now one ultimate expended, doing their absolute best to keep Jubilee alive, as well as Orimaru up in that front line, causing constant pressure. And now Isfara just trying to rein in as much damage as possible with this AoE.
and I mean, I think Barrage is coming. Yeah, it was not surprising at all. Almost killed themselves with the deflect there, which I think might be the first time I would have ever seen that. The University of Hartford not really getting a lot of kills here, but a great
There
kill
we
from
go.
Oliver Chris. Onto Oliver Chris from Orimaru.
He
Goes down to the deflect though. Kinda a
shot
lot of
himself-
deflect skills.
shot
Maybe
himself
too
with
many.
the rocket. Now Wooly pulling out this Genji, bit of a Genji connoisseur, if you would. You think so?
Not only do I think so, I would like to say so.
Yeah.
Stuck in the ceiling.
In fact, I think you might say it yourself. Say it ain't so.
Huh?
I'm too tired for that, man. Yeah, whatever bit you're on, I can't.
Anyways, Weezer, am I right?
Two.
Oh.
I hardly know her.
You're overclocking.
Now Cranky pulls out the overclock, looking for this versus, slides up to the high ground. Oh, a big Juno really going to negate most of this Sojourn damage. It does just get taken out. Really hard to see. The enemy Sojourn, on the other hand, just absolutely blasting away. Hartford now looking at a roughly 4-minute time bank that they have to fight against, and this is a difficult position to be in.
That's tough. Well, as a coach, what do you do here? If you were playing the game, actually, sorry. What do you say to your team? What do you switch up here? Because I know my answer. My answer is we get the heck off the mirror match. But what are you saying in match?
I would say, we need to be playing around our win conditions better. Specifically, finding value with anti-nade. This frontline, Trueblade is just taking so much damage, pushing up into their team during that disadvantage. That's just the end.
Yeah, that's gonna be the end of it. A little bit of a less
Little
than.
unfortunate.
Yeah.
Now,
I forgot to mention Sombra. Oh,
no, go for it.
Sombra is my friend has been playing Sombra a lot recently, and apparently her new abilities can make it so you can pretty much kill a tank in seconds.
She is.
Just saying.
She is definitely
proud.
much more of a tank buster now with her rework. I believe
What
it's.
they do?
I believe they brought back the. I forget what the passive was called, but they brought back the
Sorry.
passive where she deals like 20% more damage to hacked targets.
Yeah.
So
I have not noticed.
that plus she still has virus now, right? So hack, virus, and people die.
Me
People,
and I log into an Overwatch game and there's some.
so yeah, that's Sombra. However, her teleport and invisibility is like pretty much useless in a flanker perspective.
Yeah.
Yeah, I have heard that change.
She doesn't get that for free anymore. She has to work for it.
Yeah. Real quick, I built this setup and I still don't know the answer to this following question, but I wonder how high you put your hands up. Wow, I could go all the way. Wow. Look how high my hands are. Big slam.
I can't go beyond this.
You can't go.
This is as high as I can go.
I mean, I can go this high, but the goal is to see my pits because I haven't changed my shirt in like 3 hours. Big slam. I tried so good at not saying what I had on my brain. Let's just change the score real quick because University of Hartford down 0-2 against George Washington Gaming. Very, very tragic. Very tragic. Not the mirror.
You know what else is tragic? This is something that I've realized and then refrained from saying because I was like, it's not going to matter. But it most certainly does matter. The University of Hartford did their picks and bans for the maps with the other team prior to the match starting.
They should have waited until they saw how they play.
Yeah.
But I don't really think that matters because, like, I think that I just don't want to see University of Hartford on the meta anymore. I just, like,
Well,
I don't even consider this meta necessarily. I just want them to stop taking the mirror match.
well, that's my point.
That'd be
is
nice.
That,
That would be great.
after seeing Lijiang Tower, recognizing that the other team is better in this, like, during this Orisa Juno.
Elios well.
What did I
Elios,
say?
Normal. You said Lijiang.
Oh. I'm just so defaulting to it. It's been 4 years of
I'm
Lijiang.
default dancing in my brain right now, so.
So after Ilios, recognizing that the other team is better on the Orisa, take him to a map where it's hard to play Orisa, right?
I take it to Numbani. I like the new Numbani change.
I don't think Nubani's in the map pool. What? Let me see.
Find out what the map pool is. Because I would like to decide what map I would rather go, but Numbani is on my list. Or Pariso.
So for hybrid, their options are Eichenwald, Hollywood, Kings Row, Midtown.
Whoa, those are like 4 of the most garbage maps in the game right now.
So I would go Hollywood or Eichenwald.
I would go home.
And I would look to play a Winston comp. Especially into the Orisa and the Genji, I think playing a Winston comp would be super optimal.
Because the Winston comp genuinely looked good. I think that University of Hartford played a solid first 2 fights on the Winston comp. I think that they were just still warming up to it, but then they swapped off of it before they could A, warm up to it, and B, then defaulted to playing this mirror match, which is just not going their way, period.
Now, the other thing, more importantly, it's a little less so for hybrid, but for push, they have New Queen Street, Rune Sapi, and Esperanza. If you just ban New Queen Street, you can play Winston on both of those other maps.
Yeah, you can play Winston really well on Rune Sapi.
Winston's really hard to run on New Queen Street here.
Yeah, and now we're going New Queen Street, even though it's University of Hartford's choice.
It's...
Do they get 2 bans for that?
So I think the way it works is, I think the other team had map pick. So I think the way it works is the team that has map pick bans 1, and then the other team bans 1, and then the first team picks the map again.
With 3 maps in a pool?
So yeah,
That's goofy. I'll say it. I think that's a little goofy.
yeah.
Okay, I thought I was gonna get more.
Wait, what's
pushback.
happening exactly? Okay.
It's
Cancel
goofy.
me. I think it's a little cringe to decide what map you're going before the entire match starts. We're just still talking about pick ban a little bit right now.
Okay.
University of Hartford doing the pick ban early. It's the opposite of goob. What's the opposite of goob? Boog. It's boog.
We got a comment from chat for Peter. I appreciate it says, I appreciate Peter's username, probably Peter, in the event someone else is on his account. Ingenious.
Even when I'm on my own account, I'm not on my account. Thank you very much, random chatter.
It was Kane.
Oh, shout out Kane. I see another chat actually from one Derek Torres. I want a probably Peter in my life. You could have that if you just texted me back.
Oh, damn.
I want a Peter in my life, probably.
Hey, I like that.
But I think one of the main problems here is that the University of Hartford, it seems to be playing this Gabriel. Them mirror matching isn't exactly working because it seems like the other team is not only using the characters but using the characters to the advantage. Well, using them for the sake of the meta. Something that the only H brought up last week, which what we were talking about in stream as well, is the fact that they're not playing the meta and just playing the characters really well. And then the only H pretty much, well, not to point at the only H. You're a very good person, by the way. Like I'm just in case he watches this. Just
I
for
think
that
you're
to be
fine.
pointed out. Okay, just for that to be pointed out, like, yeah, they do believe in that. If you can play the character well, you don't have to focus on the strategy. I don't understand. Sorry, I don't understand the strategy as much, but I feel like there just needs to be more. And I'm so sick of seeing this damn map. I'm sorry. I'm
I
sick
like.
of seeing.
I dislike it as well. We were just talking about the fact that like you pick ban maps, and it's really important to try and avoid maps where certain characters are good. I mean, that's just kind of the basis of strategies. Like certain maps just geometrically favor certain playstyles, and I think that this map, in comparison to Runesapi and Esperanza, definitely favor a flatter character like Orisa. Not flat in their design, but like flat in the way that they literally play. They have no ability to get up on high ground. They can't move crazy fast without their spinny spear. So University of Hartford defaulting to this map without the knowledge that they are a good Orisa team,
Oh,
that's
God,
a
you're
problem.
right.
So like if
And
the
the
other
other-
team plays something well, you gotta keep that into consideration.
And the other team is playing Lucio. Oh, never mind. The other team is playing Juno. If they played Lucio, that would have been
Would have been nice. I
baller.
like the Frogman.
What? Yeah, I love the Frogman. What happened?
Frogman's cool, but we don't get
I love.
Frogman.
I main the Frogman.
Exactly, and this is technically Frog Map because it's in Canada and they like hockey, and he's a hockey player.
That too. I just love. Like,
He's on to
Lucio
something.
works well. Oh, sorry.
No,
No, Adam was just saying that I have a point with the Lucio call.
Oh,
University
Yeah,
of
we're all
Hartford here is
just-
still mirror matching, and it's starting to hurt me in my soul.
it is.
We see a little bit of variation, a little bit of swag on the side of Wooly, who's gotten off the Genji and instead onto the Venture. Going to be incredibly interesting how they're going to get value out of that character. Answer, they won't. Over Chris, however, getting a kill onto Triple A 16, stopping a tank here this early could be very, very large. And Orimaru,
Oh, jumping.
I shouldn't have said anything.
It's not. It's not Orimaru's fault. It's your fault.
It's my fault. Caster curse, yeah.
What's happening?
There's a thing in casting called caster curse, where sometimes when you say somebody's name, you accidentally imbue them with the ability to immediately die. So like, watch this one. Wait, I'm gonna close my eyes. I gotta make it real. Cranky in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay, never mind. I don't have the abilities. It's gone. It's gone.
What's that orange bar in Crank? Oh, never mind. I get it now. It's who you're spectating.
But University of Hartford trying to hold space here as best they can. Blackout kind of pushed into this. Bash is out. It's going to be a cooldown down for him for a little bit. University of Hartford just trying to prevent them from technically getting forward here. Not forward spawns, but advantage on the bot. Remember, you can take New Queen Street or any other push map just to a micro scale and only win by 0.1 meter. Doesn't have to be crazy. A win is a win at the end of the day. Orimaru finding a great pulse, but University of Hartford does give up a space, allowing the bot to be pushed past their advantage. Down to the University of Hartford, Revan pops this ultimate, taking a lot of damage and getting pushed out of it. They have two different characters that very easily can push somebody out between Orisa and the Venture. Not only to mention the fact that they also have a Brig, so University of Hartford's going to have a tough time staying in that ultimate as they have already lost it, and the University of
Oh,
Hartford
pull out the
going to
hamster.
lose forwards.
I
I
wanna
think the
see
hamster
his-
call is good.
Hamster. I want to see the hamster, Lucio, Junkrat. I mean, I know we talked about it before, but I want to see some. I want to see some variation here.
I wanna see some movement.
I want to see some. I want to see some
I
movement.
don't want to see Hamster.
Okay, never mind.
I
Never
think
mind,
I
never
think
mind.
Hamster would have a miserable time playing into Venture or something.
Oh yeah. Well, I don't know. The
But
coach
you know what
says-
it would be? It would be motion. And that's something University of Hartford does not have right now. There is zero motion. Wooly catching a body. Triple A 16 being the body caught. University of Hartford slowly sauntering back to spawn.
We got some drama in the chat right now. Derek Torres says that you never texted him back.
Oh yeah, he's
Oh,
blocked
that-
on my phone.
Oh, okay.
Orimaru, oh, narrowly escaping with his life.
Cute spray though.
Now on the Tracer, here on this strong flank, but really pressured out, 33 HP. In this 1v1 versus the Juno, the health pack hasn't respawned. Oh, but the break is there. Blackout just in time to save his teammate's life. Now we do see True Blade 16 switching over to this Diva, which I think is a pretty valid option here. As we, oops. Oh, look at that hotkey usage. As we now see George Washington having gained control of the forward spawns. D-Mech does come through, Blackout falls, Revan stunned up, has the ultimate, but really no point in expecting it. Is 6 minutes remain and nearing 90 meters of progress for George Washington. This is a really, really hard uphill battle that Hartford's gonna have to mount a comeback with.
You
Oh
said
my god.
uphill as the bot was going uphill. I really enjoyed that, and that's all I'm going to provide in this commentary.
Okay. I guess I'm on the.
You're on deck.
Yes. I'm up next, and we have a Diva ult.
Does find
And-
one, Kiwi does fall.
Big bomb!
Now, Blackout, Cranky, and Revan, all that remains of this venture is just a constant problem. Cranky, separated from his healers, just quickly fall. A massive Terror Surge. True Blade 16 switching over to this Reinhardt. Oh, but a 3-man Terror Surge coming out from Drew Reno. And that is going to spell that George
THAT.
Washington takes a decisive 3-0 in this series.
Yeah, I'm going to leave. I'm
Oh
tired,
no.
chat.
Okay, bye, Peter.
Bye, everybody.
This one has like audio and stuff, right? Alright, Peter's made his way out. Huge. Peter waved goodbye. You saw his hand, possibly. Alright. You know,
This
we...
one's on you. It's gonna be the sacrificial lamb.
I'm
Sorry.
chicken. You want it?
Yeah, sure.
Oh.
Alright, I gotta get up, move around, adjust, figure positions. Oops.
I don't know who's gonna be the sacrificial lamb.
Any, anybody you think we should pull in for an interview?
I mean, this match, have we heard from Revan yet? Or no, I feel like we have.
I'm not sure.
Maybe Cranky? We hear from Cranky?
Cranky? We could check in with Cranky.
Okay.
I'll just shoot a, I'll shoot a message. Let me get my phone to send this message. Any interviewers? Or any interviewees? We shall see. Perhaps Cranky or Revan? No. I did that. Nah, not for me. Alright, Cranky's out.
Yeah.
You guys get Leroy. I'm cool with Leroy. Heck yeah. Leroy, my goat. Alright, wait, let me see. I close this. Oops. It's up here. Full screen. Full screen. Close. And I flip it back. Wait a second. Opposing team score 3. Okay. Perfect. Let's see. Are we getting? Is he? Where is he? Where is Blackout? Blackout. So, do you wanna perhaps talk about the match while we figure this guy out? I
Oh,
didn't.
you mean me?
Yeah. Well, I didn't get to see map 1, so maybe
Okay. So the first round or the first match went very quickly. What did we play for the first match? I gotta say
Ilios.
for Ilios, we were in the well,
Mm-hmm.
that big hole. Neither they were oh my god. I'm pretty sure they took home all the points in this situation because there's only 2 matches for Ilios. Um University of Hartford did put up a good match, but they were mirror matching the entire time. I personally, for the Ilio well map, I would have loved to see more characters that were really good at pushing and pulling, like Lucio and Roadhog. But it's just a matter of the fact that George Washington Gaming put up a really good fight. As far as it came for attacking and defending point. Same thing happened with the second match that we saw with Kings Row. Yeah, that first match was over pretty quickly.
Yeah, and while Hartford did have like a pretty solid attack during Kings Row, their defense was just really unable to mount anything. And we saw them fall in pretty quick fashion. Now, oh, hello.
Hey, what's going on, guys? Hey, what's going on?
Hi, Leroy.
How we doing, sir?
Doing all right. Uh, doing all right. I can't
Uh,
really argue, but doing all right, man.
fair enough. You got a cam for today or nah?
Um, yeah. I'm setting that up right curly right now. If you just want, give me one moment here.
Heck yeah.
Uh, I know the backdrop is gonna be good enough, but I'll make it work. Let me see. And it just kept my mouth out. Oh, we're good.
Oh. Oh, hi.
We're good. All right, yeah. What's going on?
How we doing? How we doing? Wait.
Good, good.
Oh, I gotta disconnect. There we go. All right. So talk to us. How are we doing? How are we feeling? Tough 3-0.
Yeah,
How's
yeah.
that? How's the mental?
It's still strong. Not like not necessarily like phased or anything. Just a bit. Just a bit. It feels a bit like how do I say I lost to certainly look over and to study because again in like a pretty previous interview I've had the opportunity to have on this platform here. It's only a way. The only way is up, really. And sometimes, in order to find the right path to get up, sometimes it takes some downfall here to learn and to to respect and ultimately just again, right, improve from. So no, I certainly feel that the mental is still intact, still strong. Of course, not glad, not sad, but still astute. If you, yeah,
Fair enough. It's like a maze. When you hit a dead end, you got to backtrack a little, but it's all a part of the progress in solving the puzzle.
yeah, oh yeah.
Fantastic.
It's a very good outlook. Um,
Do you have a question for him?
I would just say first, like I guess a comment. Looking into the current pattern that's been happening. You guys have been winning with pretty easy wins. The most recent one being your more difficult win, and then the two losses that you guys were taking were very devastating. Is there anything like in the future? Would you guys consider maybe trying out new characters as far as it goes for like figuring out more instead of heavily focusing on one or two characters, instead maybe focusing on a wider, more broader, not only characters but also maybe like playing on different map styles?
Yes. I am looking forward to maybe again extending our reach of ability when it comes to like selection. I do as for like the hero kind of our hero pools here and trying to expand that too as well and get a little bit more confident with them. As far as what does work for us, I am more I'm more likely to lean towards just again not looking back of what hero picks. I mean, of course, some hero picks could have been just better than the ones. But ultimately, what I'm kind of focused on here really is going to be just the game structure or the structure of essentially what we played and what we could have done better. Because I feel like in Overwatch, playing at you get climbing the ladder that is the competitive scene in Overwatch. Ultimately, it's gonna be essentially about how it's not necessarily how wide your hero pool is gonna be, but essentially how much do you know and comprehend of the game Overwatch to the point where you can run absolutely anything and know exactly how to get value from that. Again, regarding any map pool, I mean any maps that come our way. So ultimately, I feel that again, there may have been a couple of heroes. Some that come immediately into my head are again, right, Ana. Like for DPS wise, again, not too sure. Again, that comes with comfortability. Tank wise, I'm not too sure myself. I can only speak from a support kind of bias here, but of course, like there are some heroes that, of course, will dynamically change, the outcome or play style of what it plays. But I feel like the more focus on the actual like team play factors that come into the game and how we can utilize the heroes we already know and spend time practicing on, and how we can configure them to actually work for us and know how to play against different oppositions that we come across.
All right, baller. I like that answer.
Yeah.
Covered a lot of points. I'm gonna look at the chat. I think
Now,
are they coming in from chat?
I'm not seeing
Adam,
anything.
Hmm?
I'm not seeing anything, any chat messages. But
Derek Torres did say that he cries himself to sleep thinking about Peter, so that's interesting. But
all right, so there are chat messages. Just they're from Derek, and Derek is, I mean, he's busy thinking about Peter. I can't blame him. I can't blame him at all. Um, so I guess a question I've got coming up next is the Arissa comp.
Yeah.
How do you feel you guys executed on it in comparison to George Washington University today? And what was it about their execution that made it so much more successful?
Um, it. I again, yes. It's actually this is perfect here. So my reflection to that question is, what I did recognize is that immediately actually from the first map from the first point was that um they were very like they're very constructed on the fact that they knew exactly what their core was and they're very good on position, right, where to rotate, how to rotate, also too knowing where to hit, right, just a simple understanding of, right, what, like, who is our core, where do we need to rotate and how to apply enough pressure and enough like attention seeking, attention calling to like almost just pick us out like one by one ultimately. Also their utilization of ultimates were quite like quite high tier if I'd say so myself. There are times where one ultimate will be stacked on top of another, and us simply, right, recognizing the one ultimate that was in the fight didn't necessarily, well, wasn't necessarily enough to actually like for us to again kind of recuperate, kind of regroup, and kind of again counter, like make a counter fight plan or counter attack, whatever you call it.
Mhm.
Um, So ultimately, they did. I just to summarize. They basically just did a good job with team play, knowing how to, for lack of a better word, that I'm still trying to learn. Sort of tempo us out. Sort of tempo better than we could have, and position better. Ultimately, I feel like they had it. They definitely played way better than us. Uh, and definitely that was definitely represented and shown here. But yeah.
Yeah, and I think one thing I was talking with Peter a little bit about as we were like queuing up for New Queen Street is the way the pick ban system worked today. Do you want to talk about that just a little bit to explain to the people at home?
Yes. So the pick ban system is more or less kind of static. It has a structure that's ultimately set regarding who is the home team and who is the away team. Essentially, right, we had the opportunity a little bit more different than usual, but instead of taking time, right, to right after each map interval to actually take time to select our map bands and right, we have a certain map pool, and within those pools, depending on what game mode comes after the other, right, we have the opportunity to either ban or pick depending on whether we're home team or away team here. So we were able to select the maps concurrently before the map actually started. Um, and essentially we kind of home advantage kind of got us a little bit uneasy, I'd say, on the Ilios especially. But again, we kind of had only one map in our favor technically for the three maps that we did play. But ultimately, it's just simply it's just to simple for simplistic reasons. It's just a map pool, right? Depending on whether you're home or away, you have a selection of maps. Each team has a opportunity to ban one map, and then depending on whether the home team selects a map or us select a map, we select maps like even or I'm not sure.
Hmm. I think something I was talking with Peter about a little bit is an unfortunate side effect of running the picks and bans prior to the match starting is that you don't get the benefit of reactively making decisions, right? I think had this not occurred, right, you didn't have the opportunity to recognize like, oh, this team is really good at Orisa. Let's
That's
yeah,
yeah.
you can
Yeah,
talk on
that's
that. Yeah.
something. Yeah, to talk on that, that actually, I'm just going to straight up and be honest. That is something that I did recognize, even being given sent the request or the decision for the opponent team to actually do that. And that's something that I did kind of lean on here. It's the fact that right, we don't necessarily know what comps they're strong on, and there are comps, of course. And if you play the game of Overwatch enough, you know that there are comps that will dominate based on what map selection is at hand here. Um, so again, we did certainly take a risk here regarding doing the um, selection phase way before the maps actually started. Again, it could be again a kind of again right again the other team is kind of at that hand too as well.
Hmm.
Depending on whether they did any scouting for or not. I highly doubt it though.
Yeah, of
Given that
course.
I highly doubt it, given their skill rating is pretty high. They probably wouldn't. Yeah, again, I'm not here to laze anybody, but of course, it ultimately is, even without knowing what the results would be coming into this past match here. It is kind of a 50-50 here, right? Regarding that they don't have info on us, what we'd probably run on any of these maps because we haven't actually played any maps um, in like official matches. Some of them we have, but of course, some of them we haven't. But um, yeah, that's something I did again, kind of think about before going to here.
Yeah,
But
it really is a bit of a double-edged sword, right? If you
yeah.
play that first map and you discover Hartford is better at the Orisa composition, now it's your team with the map advantage for the rest of the series. Which, yeah, it's a bit of the roll of the dice, and didn't roll in your favor today. It's just how it goes.
Yeah, I mean, there's the roll of the dice, but then ultimately, not necessarily. I don't feel like that should be a primary reason why today's result is what it was today. I feel like the primary reason should be just simply whether the map selection doesn't really go in our favor, and if we don't have enough info to actually base our gameplay off of, right? Ultimately, as we have been practicing, it's just whatever we get, we just know again how to reactively know how to play against and how to play with, So being thrown in the fire, being given the double-edged sword, sometimes it's always good to practice how to use that double-edged sword and know how to survive the fire. So again, any up to any any how do I say, like situation we get ourselves into, how to actually bounce back, or rather be prepared for.
Yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely. Do you, Kayla, have any final questions before we go to the final one?
I think my final question would just be the final question. Honestly, I want to know, but that's on you. That's you. That's your question.
If you don't mind me to interject here.
Mhm.
Any besides Overwatch, any fun questions in chat? I mean, any fun questions from you guys?
Oh, fun questions.
Again, there is life outside of Overwatch. I do recognize that.
What was there anyone that was or during this particular game? Is there anyone that you might fight in the parking lot tonight? Just asking. Just wondering.
Like,
I didn't see a lot of. No, I mean between you and your teammates. We weren't keeping track of like the rivalries this time. If there's any in a joking sense. Just saying.
like this is the inner team wise, right? Just regarding any teammate on my team, right?
Yeah.
Um, no, I love each and every one of my brothers. So I never touched on each of them. I mean, most of us. I mean, I'm just gonna speak in behalf. Most of us wasn't really feeling 100% today. I'll just be flat out and honest. Of course, right. With that comes not being able to perform to their fullest capability. Obviously, but of course, I know that they gave it their best. They showed up at the end of the day, and I can never kind of disown that. I can never not recognize that. So, there's no, it's not any of one of them. Put my hand. They did fine. They did a wonderful job here.
All right. Good answer. I like that.
I do have a second fun question, Mr.
Yeah.
Leroy. Do you have your phone on you?
Yes, I do. It's on my desk.
So I have sent you a photo of my dinner tonight, cooked by my co-caster Peter, who went up and is not here for this interview. I would like you to rate my dinner out of 10, please.
Interesting. Okay, so what we have here, is it okay if I show to you or not?
Oh yeah.
Okay.
This is not me throwing shade. I'm rating it a 10 out of 10 because it's made for me, and I love food that I don't have to make.
All right, so here we have some chicken and fries that don't look to be seasoned at all and look barely look undercooked, if I be.
Oh my
Um
god, you spoke so much
um
love about
right,
your teammates.
so like this, and I don't necessarily see the dip here, as you can see from this reference picture here. So ultimately, out of 10, I'm going to give this a solid 4 out of 10 here. There is no dip. There doesn't seem to be any seasoning on the fries, which really much enhances the flavor of the fries. I would know because I'm a fat ass. You feel me? But the chicken does look a bit crispy. I'll give you points there, of course. But it does look a bit good. But again, no sauce, no seasoning.
I'll be
That should really go from there.
once we wrap up this interview, I'll definitely be heading upstairs and throwing on some seasoning. Maybe I'll either do some honey barbecue or some ketchup with the chicken. Maybe a little ketchup with the fries as well, and
Yeah.
really try to round
Yeah.
it out.
Yeah, one recipe I really do like, once I get my fries all crispy, I'd say, a little bit more cooked than what you've shown me in this reference picture here. I usually like to kind of put on a little bit more pepper, garlic salt if you have that, and a bit of chili powder. The final kind of
Ooh.
thing to spice things up here is going to be Parmesan cheese, actually, if you have that, or any type of grated cheese here.
Mm-hmm.
Not finely grated.
Yeah.
I'd say just toss that in. Most of the time, like Parmesan cheese, toss that in, mix that up, and surely you'll get a little bit more flavor out of your fries. Boost those up, boost that flavor a little bit up. Yeah,
Fantastic. Now, last, final, finale, finito question
of course.
for today's interview here is, what comes next? What's next? What's next for Overwatch? What's next for dinner tonight? What's next for graduating college? Children.
Uh,
What's
damn.
going on
I
here?
don't
You,
know.
What's
then you want
coming?
to know my whole life
What's your
story?
future? Hey, you tell me.
My future? All right. So you want to go that deep? All right. How actually do you want to be here? Okay. All right. I'll tell you. Like, I have my like life like goals like and I have some of my life goals in my notes page here. If you want to take a look at it. I can say it right here, right now.
Yeah, why not?
But just to start off here, being more specific to the actual like program here. Like ultimately from this loss here, it's just time to again to reflect, to like take our notes, take down notes, and actually know what we could have done better. Here and know how to play. Know what we could have done better here to play the heroes that we really know how to play. Um, Ultimately, again, it's going back to the drawing board again, running this match back over, learning again. Now that we kind of know the idea of what we should play or how we should play here, again, practice putting it into actuality. Right. And then right, just simply improving from our mistakes here and just going on forward and see what we can do for the later matches here, so that we can possibly have a chance at the playoffs. Um, as for myself personally, um, if I'm not sure if you were kind of joshing here with those pretty deep questions here. Um, I kind of have a bit. I've kind of three mainly here that I could say here. The first one is to right to finish the institution that I'm currently in, and make sure that my mother's time wasn't wasted on a failure. Pretty deep there, pretty deep. But of course, just want to again, I just want to just finish college and do the best I can to get out of here. Secondly, I kind of want to put myself in a I've kind of grown on the space of esports, and kind of want to find like sooner or later find myself on a almost like a climb, but for professional gaming. If that doesn't sound too corny to you.
On a
Um,
what?
so right, I've been given the platform I'm on. It probably shouldn't, but I just want as a buffer, I just want to say that. But right, just find myself, at a certain peak at a certain significant peak, regarding gaming. And then thirdly, I kind of want to get fit, physical health. And then fourth, I want to say, I kind of generalized it, but I want to at least like touch the lives at least 1 million people off of any like platform just related to digital creation, whether that's content creation, like just videos and whatnot, or just like streaming, right? So that's kind of like this life personal goals. Um,
Hell yeah.
yeah, I mean
Yeah.
that's all. That's basically all from me, bro. That's all
A
Leroy's
million's
trying to
big.
work towards.
I respect it.
A million's big, but it's not impossible.
Yeah,
Remember
yeah,
that.
yeah. Yeah,
Once you graduate, you'll have all this time on your hands.
yeah. It's I don't know. I kind of was in the middle of today thinking to myself, and I was thinking, you know, what I'm doing with my time here. Should I right? I mean, should I be like again? Should I be taking time here? Should I be focusing on this or that?
Mm-hmm.
Um, I feel like time will tell sooner or later. I just hope that my time each day isn't wasted. So, of course, write down your goals. That's at least what I do for each and every day, just to make sure I know I'm on a path here. I'm not just going wayward or just chilling or whatever. So, yeah.
Yeah, 100%. There's one of my friends from college. Remind me, I should send you his Instagram. He, so he was I don't know if he was in the robotics program,
Mm,
because I'm not sure if that was like an official major by the time we were graduating, but he was
mm.
definitely like an engineer in the like robotics concentration, field. Um, so that's kind of where like I expected him to be going. Um, but about a year or maybe two. I don't know exactly how long ago. Um, I'll say 2 years ago. He started taking like content creation on Instagram way more seriously, and over the last year, he's gone up from like I don't know 1,000 or something to 10,000 followers, and he's been on that grind doing like fitness posts, and it's been really fun to watch.
Oh
Yeah,
yeah. So
you,
it's
you
always
got
good.
you're
It's always
next.
good. Yeah, hopefully had them. I'm certainly trying to do what I can here to make the most of it, make the most of my time. Because time is never granted. Waking up every morning is granted for almost some people in the world. So just gotta take the time that we have now to look forward to each and every day and make the most of that day and the days to come.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I think that's gonna do it. And thank you very much, Mr. Leroy, for the interview. Thank you, Kayla, for tagging along with us. As always, it's fun casting with you, and I think we're gonna wave goodbye. Bye
Bye
bye.
bye.
Alright.
You guys can't see me waving, but the stream can. Bye
Good night,
Take care,
everyone.
man.
bye.
Have a good night.
Bye. Bye bye. Have a good night. Bye bye. Bye bye. Bye bye. Bye bye. All right. Goodbye. All right. I haven't ended stream, by the way. Bye. Bye.
You have an industry?
Bye. Bye. Uh. Bye. Bye.
Are you done?